I love seeing therapy portrayed in TV and movies, but I don't think I've ever seen it portrayed in a way that's actual and beneficial. So I was watching Lucifer, season 5, episode 5. Warning, this post contains spoilers. If you have not seen Lucifer season 5, episode 5 and intend to, don't watch this just yet. Um, so, the therapist in this show is incredibly unethical. She crosses the boundary many, many times. She sleeps with her patients. She's just a terribly unethical therapist. She should definitely lose her license. And in season 5, episode 5, she's working with Mazakine Maze, and she starts working out her own issues with Maze in a therapy session. They're in her office. She has already crossed the boundary to where she and Maze are both in a professional and a personal relationship. She's friends with Maze. Maze comes over to her house. They go out for coffee dates. Um, which they'd alluded to in that particular episode also. And so she and Maze are both friends and have a therapeutic relationships where Maze is her client. This is inappropriate, and this is what happens. And so when she, the therapist, is working something out in her personal life about the child she gave up for adoption and how Maze has abandonment issues, she's working it out with Maze in Maze's session. No, she starts to share about the child that she gave up for adoption, and Maze gets up and walks out of the session, which is perfectly appropriate. Maze was within her rights to do that thing because your therapist should not be working out their issues with you. So, as a therapist, if you share something personal, you should only do it within the context of it's going to be helpful for the client. If it is not going to be helpful for the client, you should keep your personal stuff to yourself. So I do share personal stories, as do most therapists from time to time, but I always think, what is the benefit of saying this? And that's what a good therapist does. They think, what is the benefit of saying this? Is this helpful to my client or is this helpful to me? If it is helpful to me and not my client, you don't say it. If it is helpful to the client, you can say it. But in this particular instance, the child that the therapist gave up for adoption has nothing to do with the client, and the issue has nothing to do with the client. And the therapist is working out her issues with the client in the client session. Super inappropriate. So, this is yet another example of bad therapy going on in TV. So, I hope you have enjoyed this. I plan on making a whole series of these. In fact, this may not be the first that I upload, but have a wonderful day and be kind to each other.